So I saw this video of Seun Kuti filming about GTBank and what they did to him. He was very angry. He was furious.
Let's have it. Let's have it.
This thing don't do. Which one I want to talk today? It don't happen to me for a long time with Guarantee Trust Bank. I realized that what these banks do is systemic, is deliberate, is theft. And nobody will see anything about them because all the organs of the bank, they've bought all your influencers, they've bought all the celebrities. Everybody's in their pocket. Everybody is in their pocket. Nobody they quarrel with any bank. Or with all the things that happen to people for Nigeria. Look at all the banks every day. People money go they lost. You go send money. You don't go see them. All this. Nobody goes online to make it their issue. Say they want to face these banks to fix their ways. Simple. Because everybody is in their pocket. Everybody is in the pocket of the bankers. But I'm not in their pocket. I will not take this anymore. And basically the explanation they give basically is, what can you do about it? That's the explanation. So I really operate my dollar card, especially when I'm traveling. You know, I have to put dollars in my card to spend it abroad. I don't have a single personal international account. All my money is coming to Nigeria. I don't leave a 30 cents in their hand. I bring my money home to spend among my people, to invest in my country. All my money is in this country. I don't have so much money that if you steal even $100 from me, I will not know. I'm not one of those rich people. They don't understand that is my only account. Even in Nigeria, my account meji. Go to any bank in Nigeria, apart from GTBank, and see if Seun Kuti has bank accounts there. In GTBank self, now one personal account I get. They don't understand, so maybe they don't know. Say, I know my money. I know my money. Complete. So this is what they do in GTBank. They've started doing this thing to me ever since I started using their dollar card, performing dollar card. The first thing where I realized what GTBank they do is say, when you pay for something, let's say you have $100 in your card. If you pay for something that is $50, they will withhold the $50. And then pay the $50. Then you have $50 of your money in there withholding. No, you don't have access to it. Like 1 week later, they'll now return it to you. When you buy something with your dollar card in GTBank will withhold because it's a debit card. Now let me explain in case you don't know what debit card means. In case you don't know what a debit card is, it's not a credit card. A debit card, now card will be say you are spending what you have inside the card. You cannot spend what you don't have. If you don't have that money in the card, the transaction will decline. Once you don't have the money in your debit to pay for anything, the money is not a credit card that the bank is advancing you the money to take it back later. It is not the same. Debit is put the money, spend what you have. In your account statement, there's your available balance, then there's your book balance, right? So your book balance is actually the actual amount in your account. Your available balance is what you can spend, right? So let's say you have $1,000. So what GTBank will do is this: if you buy something for $400, if you buy something for $400 out of the 1,000, GTBank will withhold that 400. You cannot access it again. You can be seeing it in your account. You see it, book balance 1,000, available balance is now 600. GTBank has withheld that money that they want to use to settle that your bill. You cannot touch it again. You cannot touch it again. You cannot see that it is withheld. Moko can say, one kind thunder can fire you. Before GTBank settles that 400 that they withheld, that you don't have any access to, you can't go spend that 600 will remain for your account. Or you spend them is less than the 400. GTBank will go, when it's time to settle that your account, you will not say that your account is minus 200. Why is my account minus 200? They'll say, because they just settled the bill that you paid, that you bought that day. You will not tell them, but you already withheld 400 to pay that bill that day now. You did not give me the 400 back. Why are you not using that 400 to settle the bill? They go begin to tell you story. You go begin to hear different story. This thing has happened to me not once, not twice, not 3 times, not 4 times, not 5 times, not 6 times. They will begin to tell you all sorts of stories. It is your own money now that you have to use to pay again. But you will never see that withheld money back. And sometimes, like I do, when you drag with them, they will now say, okay. One day I was carrying my bank statement to the bank. Out of like $1,000 that they have scammed me or something like that, they now return like 500 or something funny. I just look, say, it's only money. So this morning, I just wake up. I just open my account. Only to see, say, my dollar card is now on minus. They were desperate. This morning, I just wake up, I look the account, minus $645. Card where I no use do anything. Card Timo, minus, the account is on minus $645 was on my account this morning. Who spent the money? What happened now? Because there's no explaining it. This is a debit card. You cannot tell me that you are repaying money that I've paid for months ago, that you are withheld in that card. This is not how debit cards work. You cannot make this make sense, GTBank. You are thieves. You are the ones with the power to fix this country. Invest in the right things, Irony. But you have loans for everybody in here. Till Nigeria war, financial crisis. Till now, we have not paid that money back. Over 4 trillion is still in AMCON. That you wasted in this country. The private jets, yacht, we do all over. We're going to for this kind of poor country. We're going to announce tens of billions every year in profit. And you cannot invest in your country? Because tell me how a debit card will be on minus. Fellow Nigerians, if you know that this kind of thing don't happen to you before, really, I'm really ready. If you know that these banks have come into your account, stolen your money, especially GTBank, I will pay the lawyers. Class action suits. It's time Nigerians instigated a class action lawsuit against all these banks. This is what we have, all these big so-called human rights lawyers in Nigeria. This is why I tell you that the fight they like you people to fight. Now all those fights, when they change anything. Fight one that go waste on our life but still be in the same position. We need class action. 1,000 Nigerians need to come together and create a case against these banks. This one I'm ready to lead. Is enough. Please, if this has happened to you before, get into my DM. I want to start class action against these banks. I'm going to call my lawyers to ask them the procedure we need. And if we're enough, let's fight this fight on behalf of Nigerians.
I was embarrassed to see that it was GTBank in that video that was mentioned. Many of you know that I have spoken highly of GTBank in the past. Yes, I respect them a lot. To be honest, I must tell you that I was disappointed in the relationship team that managed that account. I felt like the relationship team would have been able to manage him and not allow him come to social media. But now that he's here, we can talk about it. So what happened to him, something similar has happened to me before, both on my dollar card and my Naira card. When you use your dollar card, right? Your dollar debit card. Debit is not a credit card, so you don't have overdraft. When you use your dollar debit card to buy, sometimes they will hold it. They remove it from your available balance and put it on your book ledger, on your book balance. So you will be thinking that they've debited it from your account. They have not. They've just held it. They've removed it from your available balance into another ledger. So you thinking that they've removed it, they've debited you, you can now decide to spend from your available balance and, you know, just keep your life going like that. And the issue is sometimes they don't settle these merchants on time. So After holding it, they release it back into your available balance, and sometimes you don't know. You just keep spending because you think that they have debited it. That was what happened in my case, and this is the explanation I can give it. So in Seun Kuti's case, I don't know if it was a double entry of debits that they passed into his account, because he was very angry. He said he's going to sue the bank, and I am making this video for two reasons. The first one I have done to explain, a bit of how this works. So if you see that they've removed it from your available balance, if something like that happens to you, please monitor that they've not released it back into your available balance. When they remove it from your available balance into your book balance, follow it up from there to ensure that they've debited you. Because it is the day that you see the debit that you will know that they've debited you. More like the day you see the alert that you think that they've debited you. So follow it up so that when they move it to your hold balance, that is your book balance, monitor and ensure that they don't return it without you knowing. Sometimes they'll release it back into your available balance and you will not know. You will think that they've removed it and you keep spending. Obviously, he was not satisfied with the explanation, and I don't expect him to get satisfied with mine. Although I've also reached out to him to, drop my beats. I hope he gets to see my message. But I'm doing this video for a second reason. If you know that you would like to be part of his class action, he said he's taking GTBank to court and he needs to file a class action. What is a class action? A class action is when many people gather together and say, yes, this thing has happened to me before. This one say, yes, this thing has happened to me too. This one say, yes, this thing has happened to me too. And all of you present evidence that it happened to you. Maybe your bank statement to prove that, yes, there was a double debit into that account. So if something like that has happened to you before, please follow Seun Kuti. Drop a message in his DM and tell him you want to be a part of that class action against GTBank. Yes, message him, and he said you are not paying anything, that he's going to pay for the lawyers. He's paying for everything. So you don't need to do any other thing apart from indicating your interest that you would like to be part of that class action against GTBank. Of course, with your evidence. Don't be saying you go there, they say, it happened to me too, it happened to me too. They'll check your account now, no evidence. If you know that you have evidence to prove, please send him a message. He is filing a class action against GTBank, and I am bringing it here so that if you are interested, you can be part of his class action. Until I see you again, this is Flora, your digital banker. God bless you.